Hello everybody and welcome back once again to Quali-Tea time. So, yeah, there wasn't one last week. Apologies for that, but it was very busy in my defense. I spent pretty much every waking moment I had last week trying to actually get everything ready for new Helena to launch, and indeed launch it did on Sunday at 9 PM GMT. It was live streamed by at least 2 people, and plenty of videos are coming soon, including from me, so look out for that on the channel. The news I expect people want to hear is that the sewage saga is finally done. The bedroom and the bathroom have both been repainted. The floor of the bathroom has been scrubbed to within an inch of its life and a bit beyond with bleach. The bedroom has new carpet, and the drain that has caused all of these problems thrice times over has been sealed off. Hopefully watertight. New cover there, so hopefully we don't see this ever again. Fingers crossed. That said, we are still planning on moving sometime this year, but we'll see exactly what happens then. Other than that, though, onto the schedule. On Thursday night, 11 PM GMT, we have some more Midnight Squad with XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. We're chasing the assassin, and dang if we might actually catch her. Then on Saturday at 9 PM GMT, we have The Coaster, where last time we gained 11 SR and lost our democracy privileges. Onwards! Lastly for the week, on Tuesday at 9 PM GMT, it's more Yogdwarves Live, where there is still more work to be done on the Ubervidron. And videos you might have missed for this week. We have an episode of Edgington, as Lying finally gets to talk about what he actually wanted to talk about before disaster struck last episode. And on to the questions. So as always, these are drawn from the comment section of the preceding vlog. If you have anything to ask me, drop it down in the comments below, we'll see if it gets answered. Our first question of the day comes from Morgan Sabrielle. What was Sir Lying teaching Squire Fuzz before they were exiled? These days we might consider a squire to be similar to an apprentice. It's sort of very similar in terms of the medieval, or Middle Ages I should say, kind of squire profession. In reality, the progression is typically considered to be page to squire to knight, eventually, but for the most part squires were errand runners, they were glorified assistants, and in a lot of cases servants, and whether they were paid or not depended upon the period and whom you happened to be the squire under. But more or less, a squire works for a knight, taking care of their weapons and armor and horse and whatnot, and doing various other sundry things, hoping for the opportunity to prove their mettle in battle, and from there earn their own actual knighthood. In practice, again, depending upon the era, actually becoming a knight from a squire was plausible, but increasingly unlikely. So to summarize, Squire Fuzz was more or less Sir Lying's servant, albeit on relatively good terms-ish. I mean, imagine it's not quite as good now. Too Many Fandoms asks, do you watch My Little Pony? This in reference to the fact that Sir Lying's horse kept changing to various characters from My Little Pony. I did. I watched the first, I want to say, couple seasons, I'm not really sure. I wasn't watching by the time I think Twilight becomes a alicorn, is that what it's called? A unicorned Pegasus, I don't know. But at that point the show was basically doing an entire musical number about how this is totally fine, everything is fine. So I kind of pieced out from that. And our last question comes from Chronicler Wolfram. Is there a Lying in the new Helena universe? Undecided. Could well be, might not be, we don't know because I haven't written it yet. By the laws of the Lyingverse, there must be somebody to fulfill that niche, but we have not as yet identified whom that is, if indeed we've even encountered them yet, so who knows? Could be a cryptid for all we know. There is a look-alike of me, more or less, in the new Helena ferry operator, Meander, and Remember Cam appears wholesale in the whole area of the market and New Helena as well, as a cartographer with a very distinct speech pattern. So Remember Cam certainly exists in the New Helena universe, but where or not they're the Lying, I don't know. I will have to write it and find out. But right now it is immaterial because it is very much not a story about the Lying involved, so guess we'll find out, one way or the other. That's it for today, though, so hope you've all enjoyed, and I shall, as always, catch you all next time.